What is going on, guys? We are back with another video, and today we're going to be doing something that I've never done on the channel before. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I kind of did it with WandaVision, but I didn't go in depth. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about something that I was waiting for a while. Zack Snyder's Justice League. If you've seen it, great. If you haven't, go watch it. Okay, it's 4 hours long. But when I was watching it, it did not feel that long. It definitely flew by. I was in the story. The beginning it started a little bit slow, but once you get through it, like once you get to like the main meat of the story, and it goes by pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. This is spoiler review. Just my thoughts on the movie, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and I will try not to be too biased because I love DC and superheroes in general. So, um, first off, I got Cyborg and Flash right here, which is kind of weird because I got these Funko Pops back in 2017 when the movie came out. Like when the original movie came out. So it's weird because the movie is coming out a second time, but they're the same. It's like from the same movie, but you know. Anyways, going into the movie, I was like excited because I heard that's supposed to be totally different. That it was Snyder's original story, what he wanted to portray, and so I was interested. I wanted to see it how it was. I didn't want anybody to ruin it for me. I just wanted to go in and watch it. I literally I set an alarm clock to watch it because it was 4 hours long. So I set an alarm clock, started at 8 o'clock, ended at 12, ate lunch afterwards, and I just went okay. Just first overall impressions, I liked it. Right, it was. I liked it. I really enjoyed the movie, and of course there were some parts that threw me off. I will talk about what those are. But I liked it a lot. I will give it probably an 8.5 out of 10, even a 9 probably. But I really enjoyed the movie. I'm just gonna say that first of all. Um, Also, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I'm just talking about the movie, guys. And also, if you have seen it, write down in the comment section down below what you thought of it and what you take from my opinions. Um, but anyways, going from the get go, I was really excited to watch it. I was interested to see where he was going to take it, and in my opinion, like how Joss Whedon made the original Justice League from 2017, it felt too Avengery, which Joss Whedon was the person who directed the first Avengers, so it would make sense that it felt very Avengery. But it felt like the same, like he was trying to create the same formula, which is not. They're two different universes. They're two different sets of heroes that should be taken as two different formulas, right? Which, I'm a Marvel fan too. I love both teams of characters. I watched the Justice League cartoon when I was younger, and cartoons, I guess. And I love Batman and Superman and the Flash and Wonder Woman and Green Arrow, Cyborg. I love all those characters. I love them tremendously. And so I didn't. I was like nervous because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to see this new Justice League movie and be hyped about it, and be excited for it, and to just crush my expectations again. Because before I was super excited to watch the Justice League movie. I got a weird notification on my screen, and then I just walked out the theater in the original Justice League, kind of disappointed because that's not what I wanted to see. But anyways, let's just hop right into it. Um, Again, let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys thought of the movie if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on HBO Max. Um, I also really hope they release it on DVD because I really want it to have it on DVD. Okay, so let's start with the negatives. So, I've seen a lot of people like critique on how many times he uses slow motion in the movie, which that is not a negative for me. I will say though, I I have like a soft spot, a really weird soft spot for slow motion. I just love watching slow mo shots of really cool stuff happening for some reason. But I guess there was too many slow motion. You know, he could have cut some of those out or made them just the normal speed. Um, which I still really enjoy the movie. I just feel like they could, some of them could have been left at the normal speed. For example, when in the final battle versus Wonder Woman, um, Aquaman, Cyborg, Superman. At one point, Wonder Woman jumps over Steppenwolf, and like there's a slow motion shot, and like it's like some lady singing, and I feel like that could have been just at normal speed without the music going. It kind of had. I feel like it had a little hint of Wonder Woman's theme in it, but in the way that the battle was going so far, I really didn't need that. Um, but yeah, like it. Honestly, I enjoy slow motion shots, so I didn't really have that big of a deal with it. One of the scenes in particular that kind of threw me off of the movie was in the beginning when Batman goes to recruit Aquaman, and Aquaman says no, obviously, and Aquaman goes into the water and leaves. Right, he just goes into the water and swims away. At that point, all of mostly all the women of the village just start singing in a choir, and like that part is an early part of the movie. Like that was one of the first scenes that you see in the movie. So like at that point, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I was like waiting for it to to get going. Like that part of the movie, it was still going a little bit slow. Some of the scenes that we already knew was part of the movie, like recruiting Aquaman. But that scene with like them singing was interesting to say the least. It kind of threw me off the movie. But when it was done, then it just brought you back into the movie. But it kind of threw me out for a second. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of weird. But besides like the slow motion shots and that one particular scene with the women singing, there wasn't a lot of things that I found wrong with it. Flash's jokes didn't always land like with me. I'm getting a feel more for Ezra Miller's Flash. Like I like him more now that I've seen this. I like him more as a character, but like his humor doesn't always land. Glad that they still had the snack hole scene where he's like, I'm a black hole of like snacks. I'm like a snack hole. I thought that part was funny, which that part was in the original movie. I think I'm pretty sure. But yeah, his humor didn't always land or something, and like in the MCU, like humor and joking is always a normal part of the movies, but like with DC, it's kind of like juxtaposed when characters like continually throw stabs at the reality of the world. If that made any sense. But I understand that Flash is supposed to be like a quippy. He's kind of like the Spider-Man of like the Justice League, and he's supposed to be funny and kind of cheerful and kind of bring the morale up in the group. His Batman's so brooding. Superman just came from another world, so he doesn't really get humor. But Flash is supposed to be kind of quippy, so I understand where they were trying to go with the jokes. Just most of them didn't fully land with me. Um, yeah, there's not really much I can pick apart from the movie. One thing I enjoyed. I guess I'll just say some things I enjoyed about it. I enjoyed that he split the movie into parts. It's different. It's different. It's something new that we haven't really seen before. It reminds me of like a animated DC film or an animated superhero film. I like that part for some. I just for some reason I just like that because like the epilogue would have been the post credit scene. The parts you can almost watch it as like a TV series if you want to. Like you can pause it before the next part starts and just watch the rest later, if you want to. I don't recommend that because like you should just watch the movie all at once. Like why? Like unless you don't have the time but you do want to start it, then you could like watch some of it now and watch the other parts later. But I really enjoyed that he split into parts. It was like refreshing. It was something new. Something that we're not all used to because superhero movies don't do that. Like, remind me when the last movie split its movie into parts. You know? But yeah, besides the parts thing, especially with the movie on a time, but I mean not time budget, like a budget for how much they could use money wise. The CGI held up for me. And like the amount of backstory and here actually I'm going too fast. But like the speaking on CGI, like I love the way that they portray Flash's lightning, the way he runs in the movie. But yeah, going back to like and then flying back to stuff that kind of weirded me out is like I like the way that they portray the Flash's speed. Like the way he runs. It's kind of like I don't know, like swimming. I guess like his arms are moving very like aquatically. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but the scene where he meets Iris West, like for people that haven't seen the Flash show or read the comics, you might not know who that might be. I've seen mostly every season of the Flash show, and I think it was cool when Ezra Miller showed up in Grant Gustin's Flash season. But anyways, like they didn't like you don't know anything else about her besides that he gives her the look, in that scene, and when he picked up the hot dog, I was kind of confused about what he was gonna do, and he just stuck it in his pocket. I thought that part was kind of weird, but I really thought it was sick how he like just twisted and his shoes like disintegrated and they like split apart. That was amazing. I thought that was really cool. It just shows how fast he's moving. Or when like pretty much the glass turned into liquid. That was cool. I just love like when we get how like a fast character is portrayed, such as like the X-Men scenes with Quicksilver. I just love that kind of stuff. But yeah, like besides the Flash like making jokes like that, his CGI, his character was pretty good for me, honestly. Like his CGI was really good when he was running. I loved the scene at the end where. Also, sorry if you're not following along very well. I love the scene at the end when he has a crucial part to them actually winning. And like he is just like zooming. He's zooming around waiting for Cyborg to give him the warning. And it's just like in the first movie we didn't get that like main crucial part with the Flash. He was kind of just there.
I texted you.
And so, but yeah, I loved how the Flash was a crucial part to the end. Like him and Cyborg's also uh, chemistry in the movie I really enjoyed too. Most of the heroes' chemistry together I enjoyed more than the original. Um, but when everything like goes sideways and Cyborg the team loses, I was on the edge of my seat. On the edge of my seat, like I didn't believe at first that they actually just lost. I was like so surprised because I didn't think that they would go that route. But then also I heard that there was supposed to be like a nightmare, like apocalypse scene in the movie, so I thought maybe that's how that was gonna lead. So I was like on the edge of my seat. Like when they lost, I did not see that coming. I did because it's the first Justice League movie. Like we had to wait three Avengers movies to see them finally lose. Of course they lost people in the process, but like they finally lost. So I was like so confused. I was like, are they actually gonna die? And when Flash just started like running through the Speed Force, that was so cool. I love that scene too. Um, but yeah, so with the Flash, there was yes and no, good points and bad points, right? Um, Next, I loved how Cyborg. Next on Cyborg. I love how Cyborg got a lot more attention in this one. Of course, all the characters did because of how much more time we get to spend with them. But I loved how we got walked like we got walked through this like scene where he's learning about his abilities, learning what he can do, and then you just suddenly see him like start watching this woman, and you're confused at first, and then I just love the end when he gives her all that money. Like it's such a good feeling part, and you understand like that he has his power, and then he understands what he can do with it, kind of like Superman, any other superhero ever. But I just love that scene. There's a lot of scenes in this movie that gave me like real good feelings, to walk away with. Um, One of those, which I don't know if this would be like a really good feeling to walk away with, but another scene I love of this movie is when Superman comes back to life. I don't understand because I haven't watched the Justice League 2017 in a long time. Um, but I love when Superman flies out to space after he's been resurrected. I love when Superman goes into space when he just like flies out there for no reason. Like he's like, oh, I can do this, so I'm gonna just do it. You know. Um, I know I like when Superman just like I'm the king of the world, and no one can stop me. But overall, like the characters hit a lot harder in this one. With the time that we got to spend with them, to the chemistry that they brought with each other, it it hit a lot harder, and I don't understand how Warner Bros. Doesn't see that. Like I understand that like Zack Snyder like makes movies that are really long. Like I recently watched the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, which is 3 hours long upon itself. But each scene feels, there for a reason. Like he doesn't just put in unnecessary stuff. Like the only unnecessary scene that I would argue is in this new Justice League movie is the singing part. Honestly, that's the only scene. That's the only scene that I think you could take out. Maybe I have to watch it again, but it's the only thing. The only scene I think you could really take out, and it would affect nothing at all. I think that each scene adds more to the story than what we got before, and like the 4 hours like is easily like scary, just looking at it. But it flies by really fast, and all the scenes work together so well. I love the way that Zack Snyder like approached this story, and like I like towards the end of the movie, I didn't want it to end. Like I got it was 4 hours, but I didn't want it to end. Like I wanted to spend more time with these characters. I wanted to spend more time with the story, more time with these villains. Um, with the villains, guys, with the villains, Steppenwolf was more of a beast in this one. He looked cooler, amazingly cooler. He looked menacing, like he looked actually menacing, and he was like turn people in half and like blood and like I don't know. It's just it worked so much more well. Like it. I don't know if that's a correct grammar, but it worked better. It worked better. I don't understand why they also had to do the redesign for him either, because like the armor looked amazing. Like that purple tint, ooh, it looked so good, and oh my gosh, like Darkseid being in it was amazing. Like it, we might not have seen him really in action, but like it's because it was supposed to. There's supposed to be more to his universe. Like, of course, I didn't expect Darkseid to just be busting like people down to the ground, um, and like the part in the beginning where they have the war and Darkseid's there, but he gets stabbed in the neck. Like I get a lot of people are saying, "Oh my gosh, he looks so weak." Oh my gosh, he's not intimidating at all. He just got murked, by an axe. I believe Snyder said that that's supposed to be younger Darkseid. Like he's inexperienced, he's still cocky, he's still arrogant. He doesn't like. Of course, he's conquering worlds, but he's the younger self. And then what we see later in the movie is older him, more experienced him. And so honestly, I don't mind that he got a little murked in the beginning, um, with that story. I liked his introduction into it. It worked so well. I love this movie. Like I don't even care that it's 4 hours. I want to go watch it again. Like and I hope you guys feel the same way. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews lately about it. So like there wasn't many scenes that I could take out of this movie and it would be the same. And it works better on the streaming platform because it is 4 hours and because it has so much story to tell. It's hard to cut that down. It's hard to not get all of that when you need all of that. But I loved it. I it's just it worked so well for me, and I love the team's chemistry better. I love the scene where Flash is like, "Do you think she would be into a younger guy?" And then Aquaman's like, "Everybody is a younger guy. She's 5,000 years old or something." Like that's what I want. That's what I want. And a Justice League movie. I want those interactions that we didn't get in the first one. But and so back on what we saw, we also got the Martian Manhunter, which, like watching Justice League cartoons when I was younger, I always saw him. And then I knew who he was. So I was like, huh, they added him to the movie, and it was a little different. I feel like they could have handled him a bit more. Like he's also one of the reasons like I put it like an 8.5 or something, because like the scene Martha has with Lois, like, and then his inclusion to be Martha. Like I feel like her and Lois, it's better if them have that conversation together. But if it's Martian Manhunter, it kind of takes away from what they just talked about. At the end, it felt a little choppy. not choppy, but like it felt a little um, out of place for him to just show up. You know, why didn't he help? You know, maybe he's like, oh, you guys got it. I don't need to show myself. Um, but I guess also that's supposed to be it was supposed to be the Green Lantern at the end. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be John Stewart, but Warner Bros. Like, no, you can't do that. We have plans for the Green Lantern, which the Green Lantern is supposed to be, like, the Lanterns are supposed to have like a HBO Max series, which I think is pretty cool. I love the Green Lanterns as a character or the group, which there was Green Lanterns in the movie. There was, like, I saw two. There's one that fought Darkseid, I'm pretty sure, and then there was one in the scene that Cyborg got a vision of when they were putting them in the box in the ship. Finally, before we go, guys, there was one thing that I liked about the movie that I wish we got more of, and that was Jared Leto's scene with Ben Affleck's Batman. At the very end, Ben Affleck is having like a nightmare, a premonition almost, of what the future might look like, or what the future might have been if they failed with Superman's resurrection. And there's like a ragtag team of like Deathstroke, Mara, the Flash, Cyborg, Joker, Batman. There was someone else, but anyways, like that team of people you don't really see, like normally see together. Like, of course, Batman, Cyborg, and Flash should be together, you know. But like I thought it was cool, you know, that we got that scene at the end, and because we saw the Nightmare suit and Batman v Superman, right? So, and then just I love Jared Leto's Joker in this scene so much more than what we've seen with him before. And he talked about Dick Grayson, like Batman's adopted son. If I can speak tonight, I guess not. But yeah, this like just the dialogue that was between them, like the card when he told him that we can have a truce, but if you lose it, no more, right? And then he told him that like Harley Quinn was like in his arms, and she asked to kill him, and he's gonna fucking kill him, you know. That made it for me. I one thing that I didn't like about the scene is like Jared Leto's laugh. You know, bro, you gotta work on that, bro. You gotta work on that, bro. Come on. Work on that, you know? But yeah, like that scene with just their chemistry together, the lore behind their characters, what they've went through. Because Batman's been Batman for a while. Like, at least Ben Affleck's Batman is supposed to be Batman for a while, you know? So there's so much story to be told with him, and I believe he's gonna show up again in Flashpoint with Ezra Miller and Michael Keaton. So maybe in the future we'll get the movie with him and Joker and maybe Deathstroke, maybe about Dick Grayson. I think that would be cool. That would be so cool to see that backstory that we have been hearing about for a while, like in Batman v Superman. On Robin's suit, it says, "Ha, joke's on you, Batman." So just, it would be so cool to get that backstory. We also got the post-credit scene again with Lex Luthor and Deathstroke, and in this one he talked about like he told him his name, and it's because like Deathstroke want to like do something to Batman, you know. So like he gives him his name, and it's, you know, I honestly like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I just wish we got, like, if we ever were to get a Man of Steel 2, then I hope that like Lex Luthor would be the villain. I hope that, you know. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I overall enjoyed the movie. I hope you did too. If you didn't, or if you did, let me know down what you thought in the comment section down below. I'd probably rate it 8.5 out of 10. Or 8.7, 8.8. You know, it was a good movie. I'm so happy that they went through with actually doing it. We all deserved it, Snyder fans, and I believe that the end for Autumn was his daughter, and there is a charitable that you can donate to about suicide prevention for Zack Snyder. So if you want to go do that, go. I might leave it down in the comment section. I mean, in the description. If I don't, check that out somewhere. But yeah, it was for his daughter, for Autumn. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the movie as much as I did. And leave your comment section. Leave your comments in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.